Hey everybody, it is JPT back with Let's Build Minecraft. As you can see, it's raining, but it rains so much in this biome. Does it rain in extreme hills biomes more than any other biome? Yeah. So what I did, you'll see, I'm running Optifine, and I went into video settings and I turned off rain and snow. I just can't take it. I can't take it. So we still got the particles, which I can live with, because as a builder, I can't see anything. And I'm constantly toggle downfall, toggle downfall. I don't want to be doing that. I want it to rain, but I also want to be able to build. So this is the happy medium. The fun little bouncy, bouncy, bouncy particles. See? See? They're in your face. You don't like them. You don't like them. There's just particles in your face. See? See how annoying that is? Yeah, that's my life. That's my life. Well, speaking of my life, look. The hill is gone. I will remember you. Yeah, so if you watched my Subtle Tweaks resource pack update, I utilized much of this area to showcase my new dirt and other blocks that I have been working on. But you know what? It's time to build a museum. Here I'm using light gray hardened clay, and on the inside of the design we're going to use gray hardened clay. And these blocks are actually from my Subtle Tweaks resource pack, which you can download at subtletweaks.weebly.com. That website is there to showcase all the new stuff. I have updated it for your viewing and downloading pleasure. So what I want to do today is I came up with a little bit of a design that looks a little bit like this, and you can see some of the weirdness of my texture pack. Yeah, that's going to happen. That's just going to happen. So I wanted an interesting design as we kind of build. And this is me building in survival. This is the exact step-by-step process that I go through in order to bring you my builds. It's painstaking, as you can see. We fall, bones are broken. It's just never good. So it's kind of this zigzag design. And this isn't final. This is just showing you what's going on. Yeah. Look at that. So it's going to do one of those things. So it's going to be these arrows like this all the way over, right? Okay. And then we're going to do the same thing on the inside of the building. So you might think like, well, why would it be on the inside of the building? I don't know. Architects are kind of weird like that. By the way, Minecon is just around the corner. See, this is making me reconsider our design a little bit. Because how many blocks is this? It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. No, 10. This is 10 blocks wide, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And so, in reality, I'd kind of like to have it. Let's do it like this. Like that. And, well, I guess that makes sense. It's landing on the right... Well, it's not really landing on the right spot, because I'd prefer to have it open like that. So we may actually need to shift this over, which would make it... Oh boy, how many blocks would that make that? I don't know. I'm really confused. I'll figure it out. That's for me to figure out, and for you not to worry about. This is a museum. It's going to be weird. It's going to have some weird architecture to it. Definitely going to do it on this side. Probably bring that in. I was thinking about having an overhang, which I'm still thinking that's going to be the case. Kind of an outdoor-indoor area. I'm not sure. But I know we're going to need, like, a ton of clay, because we're going to use gray hardened clay, which is a weird way of putting that. Because then now they call each one by its own color, which is helpful when you're searching for it. So yeah, we're going to need, like, a butt ton of clay. So let's go check and see if there's clay at the old warehouse. Oh, there's a lot of light gray hardened clay, but I don't think that was going to help me at all. Ah, dang. But I forgot how far away the clay was. I should have taken the nether portal. Work. That's okay. I like doing it. I like doing it for you and for me. So yes, gathering up so much clay. Don't really think we're going to use a ton of clay in this build, simply based on the fact that it's going to be a lot of glass. So I should probably set up a glass blower. That would be cool, like a glass blower shop. Um, that's the thing about most of those buildings is that what I want to do is I want to make them like usable facilities. So like the bakery, for instance, I would like to eventually make it so that I could have a farm nearby and I could bring in wheat and I could cook it. And we would have breads and cakes and all sorts of stuff. So that's the thing. I want to make it so that all the things, for the most part, like the Capitol building, we're probably not going to get much use out of. Like that's just going to be like a big cosmetic, nice looking thing in our build. But that's what I want to try to do is I want to try to make it so that all the buildings, as many as possible, are actual usable buildings for me in a survival situation. And with Minecon just around the corner, they say they're focusing on the survival part of the game, which makes me really curious, which is another reason why I wanted to play a little bit in survival, because I want to remember what it tastes like, what it feels like between my toes, and all that stuff. So, yeah, that's kind of my plan for the city as we go forward in the surrounding areas. So I've got a huge laundry list of things, and I won't share some of them. I want some of them to be surprises. I want some of them to be things that you see later on in the future and you don't go like, hey, whatever happened to that idea? But as I see things, as I'm out in the real world, I'm letting it inspire me and sort of say, hey, I could build something like that. And also try to keep it to the scale of the Capitol building, because the story behind that is that that's a really big building. But like most of those buildings, it was built in, like, let's say the 1800s. And so really when you think about it, like modern buildings can be huge. They can also be small. I feel like that's kind of a thing now too. It's like some people are going for the more smaller efficient space, like the tiny house craze right now. I feel like there are some commercial enterprises that are doing the same thing, which is fine, which is totally fine. But like, back in the day, that was the biggest they felt comfortable building. And so we're going to have other buildings that will, I'm not going to say dwarf the Capitol building, but that my plan, and I will just go ahead and say it, my plan is to build some big office buildings, like skyscraper-ish type of buildings somewhere in the city, whether they're going to be downtown or kind of offset. I think it'd be kind of interesting to have sort of like an old town and then sort of like a downtown old town and kind of an commercialized new town of sorts. And so that's kind of what I'm thinking right now for a lot of this stuff. Okay, so you got a little bit of an idea of what we're working with here now. Although this over here, I'm not sure why I had to exit for that. This over here is looking like a little bit of a mess. A little bit of a mess for me. So I'm not sure how we're going to fix that. I don't know. Maybe it won't be a mess once we get a roof on it. It'll look kind of cool. But this is going to be like the front of the building. And then we're going to have like panes of glass. Yeah, probably panes. Maybe not. Maybe blocks. Panes, blocks, maybe a combination of the both. I don't know. But they will stretch all the way across. And I'm not sure what color we're actually going to be using. But I like this a lot better. I like this idea. As you go across, you're going to be gaining these double columns with sort of, you got these double V's in between. And so originally I wanted to do like every 3, so that, or like then once you get up here there's another one, and then this continues off. So I may actually change this up a little bit so that it mimics that. Plus it'll help bring the building forward a little bit. See, I just wanted to show you a little bit of the process. This is kind of what I'm dealing with, because right now this is, again, it's ending where I don't necessarily want it to end. I don't want it to be perfect. I want it to be like da 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 da, and then end there, and then start over this way. So we would be bringing it in like 3 blocks, because again, the symmetry is really what I want to get away from, because this is a museum. Museums are shaped really weird. We actually have a museum nearby on campus, the college campus, the city I live in, that is like very distinctively different. It's not a symmetrical building. It's not square. It's very strange looking, but in a very like artistic, pleasing way. So I kind of found myself zoning out building these, and then I thought, no, 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 this is not good. So all this work I just did, probably going to eliminate it, but I wanted to show you kind of why. Like, this was the original idea, and now I'm tweaking it. Okay, so it's the next day, and as you can see, we've got a little bit of work done, and you can see that I've been playing a little bit with glass, actually. I've been playing with glass. I had all these glass blocks, and I realized I didn't have a silk touch pick, so I'm going to have to go work on that off camera. So I worked with that. I was like, hey, glass blocks, is that going to look good, or is it going to be better with glass panes? And I still haven't really decided yet. Of course, we're going to make this weird connection to this, but outside of that, it gives you a little bit of extra depth, I suppose. I don't know. I don't love this. I wish we could make that not happen. But so this is, I don't know, light gray and white, and I'm leaning towards the light gray. I think I just kind of want to be able to look in a building. But yes, you can see here I manipulated it so that we end here. We don't end here. And so that was a bit of a doing. So we had to bring in the building. I think the building was like here. So we had to bring it in like that. We're going to go with double columns. And so these are all oriented the same way. So they're all oriented this way, not this way. So this way, not this way. And so that's something I want to kind of keep going throughout the whole build. And I'm actually going to be putting in either glowstone or prismarine lamps, whatever they're called, in between these. So you'll get one there, you'll get one here, even though it's meeting like that, and you'll get one here. So basically, anytime you see these double columns, we're going to put lights in there. It's going to look pretty cool. But let's go whoop over here. Sun's going down. So you can see that it goes boop, 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 and it starts down rather than up. So it's semi-symmetrical, if that makes any sense. That's a term I came up with off camera. I was like, you know what, this is kind of symmetrical, but it's not really symmetrical. It's semi-symmetrical. And you might feel like this is really repetitive, but I'm actually going to have like planters and seats and stuff like that to help break up the monotony of this design. Not sure what I'm going to do from the sidewalk to the front of the building. Not exactly sure how we're going to do that. May extend the sidewalk over with these blocks. I may actually just extend it all the way to that. And again, it's going to look really bland and kind of like repetitive. But that's kind of what I'm going for. So the building itself will come out to this here, go up, and of course back all the way to the back. What I might do is I might actually make it, so this is 8 blocks tall. I may make the top part 16 blocks tall, so technically it would be 3 stories, but we're going to utilize the vaulted ceiling look for the art part. So we can have really big pieces of art, much like the big map that we have in the pawn shop. I'm not sure how tall that is. Let's go look. I think is it 5 or 6 blocks tall? I don't remember. It's really big. So this would be the basic idea. So 1, 2, 3, is it 4? Yeah, maybe it's just 4. Wow. So 4. Yeah, we're going to be good. So imagine for a second doing a pixel artwork that is this big and how long that could potentially take. Yeah, it'd be my masterpiece if I ended up doing something like that. So the idea is to do a bunch of small ones, maybe like 2 tall, some vertical ones. Yes, he nodded. He likes the idea. But imagine, block by block. Look, imagine how many blocks this already is right here. Just across. This is the warehouse. It's pretty big. This is huge. These roads are huge. You can see this is where the museum, or wait, this is where the museum's going to end up being. So if we go, let's update this map. Oh, that's just rotating it. Let's look at it. See? Now it's on there. Boop. See how big that is? You don't even get to see the bottom of it because we're that big. Imagine that. So like it's going to be an area like this, big bay area like that, but down south. that's going to be a lot of blocks. So I'm not sure if that is the way to go or not, but we're going to at least do one of them. I'd like to do just a huge painting, so I need an idea for it. I need an idea for it. It might just be something simple. Maybe we'll do like Minecraft Steve. Something really simple, but I mean, it could be like this is all the artwork, right? So it could even if it was something like this angel jumping into fire or whatever it's supposed to be, like to get just like what we see as 1 pixel on this map. Ooh, that's gonna be a lot of blocks. I'd have to do the math on that. So, or even something like this, like that would just be bananas to try to figure out. It would take forever. It would definitely be something we do off camera. Definitely be something we do off camera. One other random idea that I had while I was building this was like, okay, so how, like, where do people park? Like, if they want to come to the museum, there's no parking. This is, like, even for this Capitol building, 0 parking. And I want to make that a reality. So the lighthouse is the only place that has parking. I think there is some parking. Well, of course, there's some parking behind these 2 buildings, or all these buildings, and then at the warehouse. But, like, we need to seriously start considering, like, where people park. So the idea that I had was that we'll do a little small access road that goes this way, and there will be an underground parking garage. Haha, yes. Underground parking garage, and there'll also be a basement to this building where they store, it's like the vault, where they store all the important paintings that they're either working on or just keeping off of display for that period of time. And so what it'll do is the parking garage will probably enter roughly here, and then there will still be a little bit of an access road that has where trucks and stuff can go and drop off things to the basement. So part of the, like this back part will probably be basement storage, and then up here, this will roughly be our parking garage, and probably be 2 or 3 stories. So I'll need to look into that and figure that out. So that'll be a future project that we will do in terms of parking. So we can make that hopefully a reality. And maybe what we do, this would be a cool idea. Maybe we'll have underground parking here at the museum, and there'll be like an underground access tunnel so that our people at the Capitol building can park there when it's raining or snowing. So inclement weather, or they can come out and enjoy the sights as they cross the street to go to work. So rather than have it underneath the Capitol building, we'll keep it underneath the museum. We gotta sleep. I love the way this looks, though. I love the way the underbelly looks. Oh, it looks so good. It looks so good. But I'm just really still torn about the front of this building. They used a lot of clay. They used so much clay. So much. It's been a minute. It's been a minute. I don't know. I don't know. So, like, this side is open, right? So I did all this framing. Thinking like, okay, we'll find a design in here somewhere. And I did. And I like the side. I like the side over here. I love the underneath. I love this look. I love it. So I decided to kind of do this darker gray, this just gray hardened clay here and here. And so I think it looks really good. I think it just helps connect this and this. And then this door I'm still kind of playing with. Again, I might just get rid of this. I may actually get rid of it and just go with dark all the way across, so that I'll be able to get that back and stuff. Because I'm not digging the way this looks on the side. I don't know. It's just I'm struggling. I'll be struggling. I like this. I like the contrast it gives. Of course, more stripes up there. Gosh, I should have put torches down. I repaired my boots finally, because I kept falling and I got really super concerned that we were gonna ruin something. I don't know if I want to do this on the front, or if I want to just keep it bland because it looks so cool from the side. I'm a big struggle bus with it. Okay. So I understand this episode is already being edited like crazy. It's just like cuts where cuts shouldn't be, but I just was trying to condense everything down into just to save you time, to save me time. And this is what I have landed on. I did a live stream. Follow me on Twitch, twitch.tv/jptplays. You'll get those notifications if you follow me, etc., etc. This is what we came up with. So, a couple people jumped in on the stream, and were commenting. A couple of them commented afterwards. So we've got this side here that you've seen, and I was really struggling with the front of this building. And so I wanted the three sides to be different. Of course, this looks the same way on the other side as the sun goes down again. And somebody had mentioned, like, hey, what if you did the same thing that you did on the back top on the front top? And I was like, I don't know. I still kind of want to do a flat-ish area just to kind of keep it simple to draw you inside. And so I had said I wanted to do an inlet, an inset, I guess, on this side and leave this blank. Well, they said, what if you just did it here since this looks different already as it is? And so I was like, okay. So we did it, and I like it. It's still kind of bland in nature. This is just a constant struggle. So this is what I landed on. And I think I'm going to keep it this way. I'm going to work on a bunch of other stuff off camera. So by the time you see this, the interior might be further along. I can go show you kind of what we're thinking. So I kind of changed this up a little bit. And honestly, what I might do is I might get rid of this and do this across so that this is all one solid piece. I just thought about that. And so we'll keep this light gray going this way, eliminate that, and be good to go. I think I can live... Yeah, I think I can live with that. And so ended up landing on this. I think this is the way to go. So we'll have an entry and an exit. So you'll enter through here. This is roughly what it'll look like on the inside. You can kind of tell that I've been building in survival because we got the old dirt steps as one would have. This is kind of interesting because it's just a hole. It's just a hole in the wall. It makes zero sense why this exists, and I think I'm okay with that. I think it looks kind of cool, actually. So that exists. And then I think we're going to do a sculpture here. I think we're going to do like a custom sculpture out of like quartz. I don't know. I've seen some things that are inspiring me to do something like that. So this will be kind of the sculpture room. We'll have some hallways, and what I was thinking was that maybe instead of having gray walls on the inside, although it is concrete in nature, maybe do some rooms that have like white walls. So we'll do some, wow, it's going to get super scary in here. Why have I not lit this up? Because I'm used to sleeping all the time. Next time we come in here, we're going to die probably. So that is kind of where I'm at with the building. Please don't let anything blow up around me. Let's sleep real quick. And so I had some people help me out. And so I will probably start doing a lot of streaming when stuff like that happens. And you can go watch the replay of that. I was playing some music. I don't think it'll be cut off. It's supposedly royalty free. So go watch the replay of that. And if I think about it, I'll leave a link to that live stream replay in the description. But this is kind of where we're landing on this whole thing. And I'm pretty happy with it so far. Did extend the sidewalk, much like I would with, like I did 2 of these. I also realized I've been saying the same words frequently. So, I don't know. It was bothering me while I was editing. I was like, stop saying it. Stop saying it. Stop saying it. Filled in the grass here. I think we'll keep it. Maybe put some bushes. That kind of thing. I don't know. It's just a weird looking building, but in a interesting way, I think. So I've been pretty happy with it so far. And did definitely settle on I am going to terraform this whole thing out. This whole landmass. I think it's only best to go in creative mode so you can see the scale of this. I am going, and it snows, of course, on this building, which it also snowed on that building until I laid string down on every part of that building, which was super annoying. So we're going to eliminate this. So this whole thing right here, all the way over there, is going away. And then we're going to make a bay out of it. It's very similar to what you see over here. So this is all just going to be water. We'll probably keep that. But this whole landmass right here is going bye-bye. So I get to do that off camera. Yay, grinding. So hopefully by the next episode, this will be gone, or you'll be seeing me slowly but surely shave it off. I did dig all this up by myself in survival. Much like Generic B, I do enjoy the grind sometimes of just mining things away. Strip mining is kind of a weird pleasure I have. And I actually haven't gone strip mining in a while, and I do need to get a Silk Touch pick, which I have a Silk Touch book, which I got from my warehouse storage. So I'm probably going to go do some strip mining and then come back and do some of this, because I would like to be able to preserve stone rather than have to then make it into cobblestone. Because if things are going right, yep, see, we had to cook some stone during the stream. So yeah, definitely follow me on Twitch. I would appreciate it. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Click that like button if you enjoyed today's episode. And by all means, subscribe if you are new to the channel. And just let me know that you're out there. Even if you don't have any ideas for this, and you watch this and you enjoy it, let me know. Just say, hey, I enjoyed this, or just a simple hello. Nice to be here. That kind of thing. I would really appreciate it, because I sometimes don't realize who out there is out there, and I don't really have a means of knowing unless you actually speak up. So do that. You'd be doing me a favor. And until next time, this is JPT. Go play your games, and I'll be seeing ya.